Okay, this is a good one. So, how do you feel about open relationships? Don't speak all at once.
I feel like it's possible, but you gotta be some strong motherfuckers to do it. Because it's like you gotta have not only the confidence in yourself, but you gotta have the confidence in your partner and how it's gonna turn out. Y'all have to have like an agreement to be like, I'm with this person, but when we together, and that's just bottom line.
Yeah.
That's too much for me. It's too much maintenance. Like it really is too much damage control. It's too much. Like, do y'all watch Insecure?
Yes.
And do y'all remember when Molly was in a relationship with Drew? Like,
oh yeah, yes.
Okay, so this girl was friends with this married couple, and then the guy in the married couple came on to her, and they started dating, and but she was friends with the wife too. Like, in the married couple was comfortable with this, but whenever she would be around the married couple, she would expect for him to be talking to her, and he would be with his wife.
Right.
And it's like, what do you expect?
You gotta make sure every party involved has full understanding.
But they do. That's the thing. But eventually, you're gonna want more, just feelings wise.
Yeah, you can't
so
control
how far
your
do you
feelings,
expect to go with somebody that's married? Like,
so that's why I'm thinking like the only way like an open relationship is gonna work is if the person who's outside the relationship is for both of you rather than just for one or the other. So that's the only way it would really work to me. But what do you think, Fred?
I agree with you, and
You're like, look, I'm not gonna
I think that the third party has to be with both, or just have an understanding that their partner is priority. So if y'all happen to be in the same space, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, your position is none and void. Like, you're not important right now, and you just gotta accept that. So
that's trash.
really knowing your role, but like you said, being a human, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna want more, you're gonna get attached in some type of way. So I think it just really depends on that individual and them having a strong mindset on I am on the outside and I get outside time.
And you like in reality, you kind of just gotta be in it for sex, because
that's what it's about.
Exactly, you can't want anything more. Like, you'll be setting yourself up for failure.
That's what I was talking about when I said you have to be open. The first date, are you talking about your sexual adventures, what you like? Because if you like to be with several women, then what is she gonna say? Or if she likes to be, I was about to use some foul language. If she likes to be with other men, then what are you supposed to do about that? So I think that that's what it is. Just communication, honesty, letting someone know what you are desiring sexually. I did see something on here though. Did y'all see it?
You can drop in the pot.
Okay. We gotta...
Spain. Yeah.
Can your significant other be friends with their ex? So can your significant others have friends that are their exes?
Ooh, why are you getting so awkward?
Can we be transparent? Like, you want me to come with that?
Honesty. This ain't the real, but keep it real.
Be real? Because I like to be real. I love transparency because I feel like people learn from that.
Be real.
Can I? Go for it. Absolutely not. Okay, we're not doing that. Y'all not friends. They don't need to be friends. For what? And that's me. That's me. Y'all might think that's harsh, whatever. No, absolutely not. There's history there. There's always an opportunity for something to happen there. And why put yourself in that position? I don't know. There's no reason for it. But the thing for me is, it shouldn't be something that you have to tell your partner.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be something that they should be willing to do on their own, because if you're making them, then it means there's some kind of problem there. Because why do you want to be friends with your ex? I need to know why you're trying to be friends with your ex. Because if you feel like you need to be friends with your ex, then you don't need to be with me. And so, absolutely not.
No, shut it down, okay?
No, shutting it down.
Point blank, period. How do you feel? Or both
I was
of you
just
want
what
it?
you was gonna say first.
I was just gonna say that somebody said that they think it depends on how deep their connection was and how long they dated for.
Yeah, I agree with that
Okay.
too.
Forward.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
What'd you
I'll
say?
let you talk.
What that matter if you moving forward?
But-
You
But
broke up with them.
What if it's like a
that's the
situation like your next door neighbor, you grew up with her, then you dated her, and you
she
figured out
needs
you're
to
just
stay in her
friends?
house is quarantine.
Oh,
She needs to stay in her house and you need to stay in yours. And when y'all pass each other in the breezeway, what y'all ain't no need to say hey and all that. Like speak, but keep it pushing. Like for what? And that's
they
the
can't
thing,
be
like,
close anymore.
No,
They
and
grew
I
up
think
together.
I think it causes problems.
It does.
I think it's
It
how you deal
causes
with it.
unnecessary. Yes, but that's the thing. Like it might be for the person. Okay, so for the person whose exit is, it might be for them how you deal with it, but for the other person, it's gonna be how they feel.
That's
And
true.
you know what I'm saying? Like there's room for problems. There's room for unnecessary error. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like you don't leave room for stuff like that in relationships that are important to you.
But
It's
should
stuff that you want to grow. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Should it matter if you have security? If you have security in your relationship, why does it matter if that person is in your past? And even if like you could have just had something to where, I'm not saying, but I'm giving an example, like their mother died and you were there for them, or something happened tragically to where y'all only have that relationship that y'all can talk about, and y'all don't have to talk every day, but y'all still friends.
No, because I think with that, no. Like,
What if before you came into the picture, they were already friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's still a no. Okay.
Even then, I feel like it's less about. I'm sorry, dang, I just went blank. Why does that happen to me on here?
No, I feel you.
It's less about it's less about the person that you're in a relationship with and whether or not you're secure or can trust them, and more so about the other person, because just like I said, it leaves room for problems. It doesn't matter how strong or secure you are if y'all chilling, you know what I'm saying, like she tempting you, she all up on you in your face, you can easily give in, you know what I'm saying, like that's just, but if that had never happened, then it would have never happened. You see what I'm saying? Like if you didn't leave room for that, then something like that couldn't happen. I think it's taking care of your relationship and respecting your partner with those boundaries.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I see what you're saying.
Needs their own boundaries. Like some people might be okay with that. Yeah. Some people might be fine with that. But for me, I need boundaries. You know what I'm saying? And just like if I could be, I had a friend like that was not necessarily an ex. You know, but we were talking, and then we ended up becoming friends. It didn't work out, and we got cool. And then my boyfriend was like, I'm not comfortable with that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to talk to my friend and let them know, but they were respectful of what he thought at the time too. You know, and so it's just like, no, like you're taking care of your partner by doing that, because in that moment it's about their mental and about how they handle this, you know what I'm saying, and how they feel about it. It's not really about you, you know. So
I agree to an extent, only because if it were me, I wouldn't. I don't really care about those type of things. So I mean, I can say that I'm kind of nonchalant about it. So yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck. But one thing that would bother me is if that person was like your go-to person.
Yeah,
I would
that's
rather.
A difference. Now that's a difference.
I would rather your homeboy be your go-to person. But if she's your go-to person, I'm gonna have to be like, look, cut it out. You can be friends, but that's it. Okay, that's fucking it. Right, what were y'all gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I've dated a guy who was friends with his ex, and I mean, I never had any conflict with it because he made me feel secure in that situation. When they'd be on the phone, I would hear conversations to where, you know, it'll be just platonic, you friends. Like, I know it. And then on top of that, like, I was in a relationship. After 5 years, I'm not just going to, if I loved you at one point in my life, I'm not just going to dump you in the garbage and just move on. Like, we're still friends to the point to where if I do need anything, he got me. If he needs anything, I got him, and that's all that is. Like, we're just friends. And that when someone else does come in the picture, they're going to have to understand that every now and then, like, we speak, you know. We've known each other's families. I'm not just talking about mom and dad. I'm talking about cousins, uncles, aunties, all of that. So,
okay, so I guess I can agree with that. And I can
understand.
I can understand
that
because you made me look at it different, because I guess it does depend on the people, on the relationship. But I can say for me, I've had bad experiences with exes, so I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, like just for my guy that had an ex as a friend, and then, you know, like like let's say their ex is somebody who's vindictive or somebody who will try to sabotage your relationship even if they haven't even been romantically involved, you know. And so I like in my mind I'm like, okay, we should just cut out anything, you know, like that could potentially be something like that. So nope, we ain't doing it. Nope, ain't no, you know, none of that. I've had bad experiences with that, but I guess there can be some good experiences. I guess, you know.
Sometimes all experiences aren't bad experiences.
Right, I'm
That's
open-minded. I'm open-minded, so.
Another one from the pot, all right, Joel?
Yes.
Keep forgetting the sizzle.
You know we're sizzling the pot. Oh, these are stuck together. Okay.
It's on the low cooker. You know.
Work spouses.
How we feel about those?
If you work with your spouse?
I think no, work spouses as in like
or
you
like
have
you go to
somebody.
work, then, like that's your little hubby.
Yeah, I think that's just for single people, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's some single people shit. But like I said, you gotta be some strong motherfuckers to do it.
No, we're not doing
like,
any of that.
Well, I mean, it just
now that we're not doing any of that.
It just
I'm sorry.
down to security at the end of the day, because there's a dramatic difference between like, oh, this person they're just a friend, or oh, she's just somebody I work with, versus like, yo, like I don't. This person is just an ex. Like at the end of the day, I'm here with you. You know, I'm fucking with you. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. This person we shared this and that, or you know whatever the case may be, and now they're in the past. There's just a dramatic difference of communication level. Like if the person's not giving you as much as you need to be satisfied, like you can say that. Like you don't have to just be like quiet about it. And this is coming from personal. And the last question of like I used to get mad about like her being cool with her exes and shit like that. But it's kind of like now like. First of all, I've done it, so I can't really say I can get mad about it. And second of all, it's like, it shouldn't matter.
Because you wouldn't like a man doing it for me. If a man brought me flowers that was working with me every day, told me how beautiful I was every day.
It wouldn't go that far as a work spouse, though.
Please, men.
I know they do that.
Y'all don't know.
That's you abusing
They come with
That was gonna be my next point. My next point was gonna be that I actually feel like the work spouses is more dangerous than the ex, because with the ex you have the mindset of been there, done that. But like your work spouse, that probably is the person that you're spilling your guts to, because you see them every day. And then like if they're a male, obviously like you might ask for his perspective on your relationship because you think he's a non-factor. He's just a nigga at work. And then you get in some shit and then you're confiding and you get close. So I mean, I feel like that is the more dangerous.
Yeah,
the more dangerous
way.
It is.
You know, in work situations, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that the work wife and stuff like that. I think anybody that you work with and you consider to be close with and your spouse should know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I have a lady that I work with, you know, by the name of Miller, you know, and I look at her like a sister, but she knows Tay, you know what I'm saying? Like they got to meet each other, so it has to be a space where, you know, I can call that person my friend and she can too, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They have to.
And I'm glad you said something about Miller, because like he confides in her, you know what I'm saying? And I knew that, you know, when he first talked to me about her, and that's why, like, when you said the whole thing about talking to the work person about your relationship, your partner needs to know who you're talking to about y'all's relationship, because you got to keep people out of your relationship.
Especially
you know
when
what
you
I'm
don't
saying?
have the
Like,
best interest in your relationship.
Exactly. Like that's
or
why
already have a pre-made view about you.
Yep, that's why it's important to let them know who you're talking to about. Okay, so I talked to such and such about this, and you know, is it okay if I talk to my friend about this or whoever it is? You know, it's like, oh yeah, I've met that person. I know they don't have any bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Miller's married. You know, so she can give good relationship advice because she's already, you know, in a healthy marriage. So yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Free is killing the grapes, y'all. I just had to just point that out real quick. They're good. They're really good. Yeah. Shout out to Serve Sundays. We serving you some food as well as some juice. All right, next question.
Sorry. After.
Sorry. Which means more, kissing or sex? Oh, so like which one would you prefer?
Which one is more intimate to you guys?
Everybody don't like kissing.
What? You said everybody doesn't like kissing? I share my, like, kissing is only with the person I'm really, really, like, feeling.
Yeah, see, but for me, kissing is like a thing.
depends on the scenario.
I love kissing.
Yeah, it depends on what.
Nah, I can't just kiss
you can't,
anybody.
if you can't
Okay,
kiss
no,
somebody,
I can come on there, y'all ain't just gonna kiss me.
I know it ain't anybody. I feel
But
that.
yes, like no, like I just, yeah. For me, it's which one is more intimate? That was the question.
Yeah, which one's more intimate?
For me, it's. I think
Obviously.
it's either.
Obviously, I feel like sex is more intimate to me because you're obviously like giving a piece of yourself away.
Well, yeah.
Kissing for me is just like a little foreplay. It's just getting yourself together. But kissing, it depends on who you are. Some people really don't know how to kiss. I don't understand it, but you know, and it depends on chemistry and connection too.
Yeah, that. And
Yeah.
so for me, like sex is sex if I'm mentally stimulated by the person. If not, it's not gonna be sex. Kissing is just intimate to me, period. Like, so if the person mentally stimulates me, then sex is more intimate for me. But if not, then kissing is more intimate for me because then the sex probably ain't gonna be that good if they don't get me here. So
I would say kissing is more intimate than sex because
The kiss.
some people don't
sometimes
like.
you gotta make it out.
Some people don't like kissing for the fact that some people don't like kissing and some people can't kiss. Like you're not just gonna kiss anybody.
Exactly.
It
You know what I'm
depends,
saying?
but it depends on who it is, though.
But people out here fucking everything.
That's what I'm saying. You can have a random hookup,
That's-
And
but
a lot of
But that's why
people
sex
who
is
do
more
fuck
intimate.
with a lot of
to me.
people,
You
they
have
don't
sex with
kiss.
anybody.
But I think
But
that's what
that makes it less intimate because you can have it with anybody for whatever physical need you may need to satisfy for that moment. But like a kiss, you're going to share that with
That's
somebody you
different.
actually like you are into, you know?
Right.
No? Okay. Sorry.
I mean,
A lot of people have sex and don't kiss because of
Yeah.
that reason. So I mean,
Yeah.
that's true too.
That's awkward as fuck. Sorry, that's
true,
weird
too.
to me, but shoot.
I don't know because I just feel like it's who I'm with. Like I don't even think about all that stuff. Like if I'm with you, it's not about kissing and sex and all of that. Like if we're together, we here.
But you're not thinking like this is like a first step type of question. Like you're getting to know the person.
It's not a question. It's just vibe. It's chemistry.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I mean?
saying.
It's not
Stimulation.
even.
It
Yeah,
gotta
it's
be-
just here. Like,
But
it's not-
everybody is gonna be different. So like everybody for themselves, like they know which one is like really like more important to them.
Yeah.
So if you can just kiss anyone you're into like it's nothing, then like that's. I mean, it's obviously not that intimate to you, and sex is, but you know, vice versa.
You
Shit.
can't give anybody the cookie. Okay, next.
Okay.
We gotta do another one.
Wait on this.
After effect. Sorry guys for lacking today.
Is there such shacking up? Let's talk about that.
Shacking up? Absolutely
Shacking
the
up.
hell not. We're gonna have to find out during marriage. Sorry. Like I'm not living with somebody until I actually have to.
all right, so
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, what's y'all definition of shacking? Cause
just living with
Living
somebody.
together before marriage.
Nah, see that ain't what I was taught shacking was. Shacking is if y'all living together and having sex.
Oh,
If
for
y'all
real?
ain't having sex, it ain't shacking. But if y'all living together and y'all doing everything that a married couple does, then y'all shack.
Well then let's talk about just living together then. Like could you
Nobody would.
live with Free?
Look.
Could I live with him?
Yeah.
Could I live with you?
Answer the question.
We had this talk, y'all. Like, not right now.
Oh, okay.
No.
I
But
feel like-
eventually,
My
yeah.
bad.
Sorry, yeah. Eventually, yeah.
I mean, I honestly think on the like other side of that, a lot of people do wait till marriage to be able to shack up. But just think about the reality of that. Y'all dating for so long, and y'all have learned this etiquette that y'all show each other based on your representative. Because when you walk out the house after you get ready, it's not like you're really being yourself. You're being the person that is supposed to be representing you. So when you live with somebody, that representative is no longer there. You
Yeah.
can't hide it. A relationship, and that goes back to earlier about it being more of a growth thing, is that there's no more blind spots when you're in a relationship. There's no more like traits you can hide about yourself. There's no more habits that you have that you can hide, especially when you're living with somebody. So if you really wanted your marriage to work out, let's think about like the statistics about that. If you really wanted it to work out, to know the most intimate thing about somebody after you've already married them, that's like really risky because now you're in a commitment with that person and you don't even know that person. you know 2/3 of that person.
Say that.
For better or for worse.
No.
But do you really want to gamble that love? Like, that's more important than life.
I do want to gamble that because I want to see if we're really meant to be. A divorce is nothing. An annulment is nothing. Let's go ahead and get it if it doesn't work out.
Ever say
Sorry
that.
guys, for me, I just
going into love
that
thinking
goes
like
back
that,
to the
child?
first question that we even asked. Do you believe in marriage?
Yeah, you don't believe in marriage. That's okay.
If divorce is nothing,
It's, you don't believe in marriage.
is nothing.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
it isn't.
Are your parents still married?
It's really
Yeah.
not. It's really not. My parents aren't. And
My
it's like,
parents are.
it's really, it is because like the things that come with it does carry weight. And I only saying this because I listen to the Breakfast Club, but it does feel different to say, oh, this is my girlfriend rather than this is my wife. It carries way more weight. But at the end of the day, you got to make sure y'all have to go through all these phases. And people think of marriage as like it's just some
It's a game.
finish line or some shit, like a game. Like
Which is why I don't think it's a big deal to wait until you're married, because you should be able to work through whatever differences you're going to have. I mean, if we were just boyfriend and girlfriend and I figured out I don't like living with this nigga, I probably wouldn't even marry you. But if I really love you as a person, like, I would think we could work that out.
So what about like spending the night over his?
I think that's better. That's better. If
A
we're
week
doing
to 2 weeks.
sleepovers.
What if you sleep? You're not doing
Sleepovers are better than just actually living together. Somebody said she's not a believer in shacking up. We are not one. I need my space.
Yes.
I read that very aggressively. But you guys, the live is about to end, so we'll come back on for the next one. All right? Yeah.
I got something to say.
What you got to say, girl?
This is love story. Good. I feel like, you know, with what he was saying about needing to live together and all of that being important or whatever, like, not for me. Like, I feel like we talk about how hard marriage is, but you don't know how hard it is until you're in it, you know what I'm saying? And so we can't, single people or people who are just dating can't really go into the depths of how hard marriage is. So in reality, that's not something that you can prepare for, you know? And so people take dating, people take living together as preparation for marriage when that's still not going to prepare you. You can live with somebody for years and still never get married, you know, but even after being with them, the whole atmosphere, everything about the relationship changes once y'all say I do. It don't matter how long y'all been living together. So for people saying, because that's the idea of living together. And you know, when we talk about relationships, is that this is going to prepare us or let me know whether I want to marry you or not, because people get married without living together. And if you get to the point where you say, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person, and y'all haven't lived together, you're going to be able to put up with whatever come with that if you don't believe in divorce or you want to work your relationship out. Because like I said, regardless, as the years pass, people change, they evolve, and so you're going to have to put up with stuff you don't like anyway. You're going to have to learn how to maneuver. You're going to have to learn how to adapt. And so I just don't think living together prepares you for marriage. Nothing can really prepare you for that but being in it, but going through it. So
no, that's a good point. I mean, and it goes back to what you were saying when you were saying that it's a different type of essence when you're calling somebody your spouse. Mm-hmm. So I mean, yeah, it's all lessons. So I feel like I'm not opposed to it. But let's go ahead and get 2 more questions out the pie, and then we'll wrap this up, you guys.
It just depends
on the person, on the people.
Yeah. What should you work on while being single? I guess I'll answer this first. For me, what I've been working on, I think it's just gaining clarity with who I am and what I'm bringing to the man that is going to love me and is going to serve me and be there for me. And on top of that, I think for me, I've just been getting closer to God and just figuring out my next steps in life and just keep on progressing and everything. I don't think that it's like me necessarily like, it's always work with yourself. Regardless of if you're in a relationship, you're always working on yourself. You're always working. So I feel like regardless of it, if it's me getting and more connected with my family, if it's me getting more in tune with my crafts, whatever it is, things like that. So that's just for me what I'm working on. But
so question then, does somebody have to love themselves to be in a relationship?
Definitely.
You think so?
Definitely.
What do y'all think?
Yep.
If you don't love yourself, how is somebody else supposed to love you? If you don't know what you want and what you need, how are you going to tell somebody else to give it to you?
Some people meet
I disagree.
people by chance,
I think to
and
be-
they learn from that person that they're
Yeah,
with.
and I think that, like,
exactly.
I feel like there's just I feel like it's become a common thing for us to say, can't nobody love you if you don't love yourself, but there are so many people that love you even when you don't love yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of those people that love you show you that you can love yourself or how to love yourself. And like, I feel like for me, even in this relationship, there's some areas where I was not loving on myself, but they were brought to the forefront when I got with him because of how he sees me, you know what I'm saying, and how he loves on me. And so I had to start to, you know, in my own time with myself, I had to start looking at myself and asking God to show me myself, because that's a constant prayer for me, because I need to be able to look at myself and see myself and love every single thing about me, because everybody got something that they don't like about them. But in reality, like, we compare a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff out in this world that's telling us not to love ourselves, to want to be like this or want to be like that. And so it does take a toll on you, and it's not until you get around people who don't see you the way you see yourself, who see you better than the way you see yourself, or even who see you the way that God sees you. So it makes you look at yourself like, hey, you know, I'm a little more than what I was thinking that I was before, you know, because everybody needs somebody, you know.
I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I agree with that too, but I do think that, like, if you can't build your own self up, some people can't build their own self up. That's me personally. I'm talking about me. If I can't build my own self up, I just don't know. Like, I've had, you know, relationships where somebody walked all over me and I found myself through that, and, you know, found my love with that. It wasn't them giving me the affection, or I've just, like, did work. Like, I actually write, I actually talk to God, I'm actually doing things to get me to love myself. I think you shouldn't depend on somebody else to love you for you to love yourself.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't depend, which is what makes it funny, because it's usually the people who are the worst critics of themselves or who do need